Okay, we're at the Phillips Gallery, and this is the front. Um, there's a couple of driveways. This is one that I'll walk down, and then there's another. But the goal here is to eliminate the grass and come up with some solutions for the park strips. That is their main concern, and reduce water. This is north facing, very shady. And I think it'd be easy to implement a beautiful landscape up here with whether we use ivy or the lamium or different things like that. We'll definitely make sure that we keep the ivy at bay so it doesn't take over the hawthorn tree or any of these trees out here. And then we'll go down this little drive first. And there's also an upper deck that we'll need to blow off every time we come. But just keeping the ivy nice and neat. This trumpet vine will go crazy, so we'll come up with a solution for it and where we want it to grow. And then this park strip area, she really likes clover, but we could come up with something that might fill this in nicely and green it up. Here's ivy, Virginia creeper, things like that. The deck is up there, so we blow all the debris down. This might be a nice side to blow the debris down to, just because it seems like it might be a bit easier to clean up than the courtyard. But then here's the asters that she likes, and clover, more clover. And then there are some other weeds that we definitely will want to keep at bay throughout here. A bunch of roses and rose hips. Back there, I doubt they do much, but we'll continue to communicate what needs to be done. The ivy, this is Dennis's building, so no one really goes in there, but this is the beautiful courtyard with a mixture of things: sage and ribbon grass, variegated vinca, geraniums, plumbago, more ribbon grass. There's Japanese forest grass, Mexican grass, Brunera, and a big beautiful peony, some hostas, and more Brunera, and there's a Helleborus. Dolly had mentioned that the yew gets trimmed here and there so it doesn't grow over this main pathway. Ivy kept nice and trim. This Japanese maple looked like it may have, she mentioned that the watering was reduced a bit too much, so maybe that's why this is suffering, but you can tell the bark and the branches are super healthy. So I think next spring this should thrive, but there might be some spot watering as we maintain this property, because a lot of it at this point doesn't need a whole lot of water, but there's certain things that probably will need spot watered as we come. Here's the other driveway. They have a gentleman who mows the lawn and stuff, who also trims all the pyracantha and the Rosa Sharon all along here. So that will be helpful. And then here's euonymus, ivy. You can see irrigation throughout everything. And then the similar wood chips at their property. And then a bunch of the Rosa Sharon are about to bloom still, which is nice. And then ivy basically all along here. So these weeds need to come out for sure, and just let the ivy fill in. The Shenandoah grass is gorgeous. There are some homeless that end up here from time to time, so we'll need to make sure that we maybe clean up if there's stuff left behind. But this whole area is morning glory and weeds. It gets, it looks like there's quite a few weeds throughout, so we might want to come up with a solution for the surrounding area. She mentioned that they continue to fix this fence, but they keep cutting a hole in it, so hopefully this will grow over, or we can come up with a solution here, whether we incorporate another barberry or something. And then there's also this fence here, a similar ordeal. They continue to lock it, and people just continue to come through. But so we'll communicate what we need to do back here, and then this Boston ivy, Deli did mention that they have asked it to be brought down significantly, but I think it's beautiful, but they're just so that we're aware. And then there's all this gorgeous stone crop kind of planted along here that doesn't require a lot of water, but pretty basic. And then they did have the yard waste bins in the courtyard that we can utilize.